Hello, you're watching NSG News, News with Integrity. This is the hot seat. I'm your host, Im.
It's all stemming from the fact that we have districts with corrupt individuals that will siphon all the project monies and nothing happens. Look at our districts. I've known some of them. Some of them I grew up in them. And I went there and I'm realizing that the place is worse than it was. Why? Where is the development funds? What are they used for?
We're back with season 2 of Ghana Must Work, because Ghana can work. We want Ghana to work, but from the perspective of the hot seat, we say, let's make Ghana work. All hands on deck. In our previous season of 5 episodes, we talked on various aspects of country and people: English, tribalism, partisan politics, encouraging ourselves to come off our partisan horses and look at matters, issues, challenges from country and people point. We talked a little on corruption, some other groups and movements within the country, how the hot seat, we think they're not going to make any substantive or long-lasting impression when it comes to change, because whatever those activities will achieve will be superficial. Because we believe one of the strong points that we raise is mentality and mindset. Because a mad person is qualified as mad because of how they react, and it's all coming from their mind. And so we still believe that when our minds are changed with respect to mentality and mindset, approach to duty, the responsibilities that is given to us, either as a civil servant or any political dispositions, we can only function from our mind. And so if we have a twisted mindset, a mindset that is not centered on country and people, it will be seen in our behavior. We talked on how these continual demonstrations will not take us any far. It actually have the tendency to break. But good enough, we've not had any more of those at the moment. But we are in the 2024 election now. So this is our season 2 of Ghana Must Work. And this is episode 1. And we want to drive down on the aspect of, as it's been the election year, we as a country people have responsibility not to be taken for granted anymore, because there's a whole lot of options available to us as to who we should be looking to mandate with our powers to manage country and people on our behalf. It could be anybody. But one thing we don't have to do is to allow ourselves to be bought, because somebody's giving you 5 Ghana cedi or bring rice bags and share to you in your villages, and then you vote for them, yet your roads are broken. Some people don't want to visit the villages because they are happy to send Momo to their grandparents. Sometimes not only money, human presence, having interaction is important in our health. Honest scientists will tell you it's very important. Facial expression is very important. So some will think it's okay how I can send Momo to my grandma, my uncle, and those in the villages. No, sometimes all they need is your presence. But some of the roads are broken. Anyway, let's comment on the concept of Ghana can work. There are some beautiful roads built. Yes, I've driven on some of them. And there are some within the Accra, the greater Accra region, they are done. But there's something that the hot seat has observed. The road will be built and there will be a chunk left. What is that for? We need answers to that. The interchanges will be built, then it gets to a point and it's left. Personally, I don't get it. Majority of what needs done is done, and sometimes maybe 1 kilometer of some jumbo mambo is left. What is that? Is it a signature? And we want to know. It's not only in Accra. On the roads going to some other parts of the country, you drive on a good road, all of a sudden from nowhere, you're jacked up with some bouncing and shaking and dancing, which is safety critical. But that's one observation we've made. So back to the election year being an opportunity for us Ghanaians to prove to our leaders that we cannot be taken for granted. I'm not making a prescription for anybody as to who is to be voted for, but I'm only calling on Ghanaians to say we need to have an open mind. Hear all the arguments. Let them all present their arguments to you. Let's look at the argument with respect to facts since 1992 referendum and see if somebody is telling you the truth or they're still telling lies through their teeth. Yes, because sometimes it's a lie. Now, let's continue on that aspect. So we're saying some of our leaders in the villages, the chiefs and stuff like that, don't accept rice bags and tin tomatoes, stuff like that, and encourage your people to vote for a particular group. Whilst you have a broken road, whilst you don't have hospitals, whilst you don't have clinics, whilst your children don't have classrooms. That's not right. If that is the case, then it all boils down to what? Selfishness. You're happy to accept few things whilst the mass majority are struggling with the roads, no schools, no clinics, pregnant women, some have to lose their lives even though they're not supposed to lose their lives. You see, so this is just to introduce us to the season, which is season 2 of Ghana Must Work, because Ghana can work. We want Ghana to work. And we are saying all of us Ghanaians have to make it work. Before we finish episode 1, we want to touch note on the behaviors on our roads. Reckless driving, no rule of law, people overtaking on the left and the right at the same time. So you never know what is going to come from your left or right. Big trucks are now taking over the overtaking lane or the speeding lane. So you are forced to go on their right when actually we should be overtaking on the left. That has become a norm. When you say it, people are like, what's the matter? No. This is why when accidents happen on our roads, it's very, very, let me use the word, it's extraordinary. Broken bones, heads are chopped off, stuff like that. Because the roads are getting better, people are speeding more. And that is the sole reason for us to observe the rules of the road. Sometimes you even see cars with diplomatic corps, i.e. dignitaries, I don't know which ministries they belong to, and sometimes government cars. They're all doing the same thing, overtaking on the left and right. And one more thing the hot seat observe when it comes to the road usage is there is this continual use of everybody putting on double hazard or putting on the hazard light and putting on the alarm, ping, and that means everybody should go give way. And you're looking, where are they going? What is that for? So this one, we want to push it back to the Inspector General of Police. That what are those things for? How many priority cars do we have? Should the police turn on their sirens because there's traffic? Because they are in the queue, suddenly they put on the sirens, and it's not even a police response car. Sometimes a whole police bus put on siren and start driving through traffic. Mr. IGP, we will need answers to that. Those are all disruptions to the road usage, and it's not good for us. We Ghanaians were intelligent and smart people, but we behave sometimes as though we are not very up there, which is not right. We are better people. We are excellent people. We can do better. And so this will bring us to the close of our episode 1 of season 2. And we will be back. When we're back, there are a few other things we will talk about. But for now, the most important thing is the behaviors on our road is unacceptable. And also to seize this opportunity to say to the Highways Authority or the Ministry of Roads and Transport that our maintenance culture is appalling. For instance, you're going on the Malam Road, the interchange, for some reason, there's something happening to the asphalt on the concrete and it's peeling off. And nothing is done to it. So we are waiting for it to peel off completely. Something is that the horsey thinks is safety critical. Very unacceptable situation. And it seems like we have become people of country that we are encouraged to build new things, but not inculcating into our lifestyle or having this policy of maintenance. We need to begin to introduce into our processes. Maintenance is very vital for prolonging the life of these new things that we are building. If not, they will all break down just like the motorway, Tama motorway has broken down. That's all we have for you for now. Till we come your way in the second episode of season 2, I'm your host, Liquid M. On the hot seat, NSG News. News with integrity. Bye for now.